Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy and he scored a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's not just a talker, he's likely to go far in his career because he backs up his words with hard work and strict discipline. You'll see him taking charge, setting clear plans, and sticking to them, even if he ruffles some feathers along the way. His style can be harsh, but his results usually speak for themselves.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he is more likely to get upset and react strongly rather than quietly accept the situation. He might yell, blame others, or make sharp comments when frustrated. He doesn't give up easily, no matter how tough things get.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work may respect him for his hard work and strong results, but liking him is a different story. He's often strict about how things should be done and speaks his mind, which can rub people the wrong way. This can lead to frequent clashes or tension with coworkers.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do well in your career, he is more likely to feel competitive or threatened rather than proud. Even though he's polite, he isn't very caring about your feelings and he firmly believes his way should be on top. You need to decide if you're okay with someone who may not truly share in your joy or support your ambitions.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, there is a strong chance he will secretly resent it or feel insecure. He likes being in charge and having the upper hand, so your bigger paycheck might make him uneasy. He won't openly talk about these feelings, but you may sense tension or see him pulling away.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is very careful with money and likes to plan every detail before spending. He keeps track of what comes in and goes out and doesn't make impulse purchases. You won't have to worry about wasteful spending, but you might find his approach a bit rigid.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives within his means and doesn't pretend to be richer than he is. He plans his spending carefully, making sure everything fits his budget. He's practical and direct. Don't expect him to buy things just to look good.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is generally tight with money and mindset. not very open handed or generous. He may be polite, but he isn't warm, and you'll rarely see him go out of his way to help or give extra. It's not that he means harm, but he simply doesn't think of sharing or showing care as important.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is usually open about money, and you'll find that he likes to keep things clear and organized. He will talk about finances directly and wants everyone to know the plan. But he expects things to go his way and may set strict rules. If you appreciate honesty but want some flexibility, you might find his style a bit harsh.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is more likely to believe that housework should be done a certain way, mostly his way, and may expect you to handle most of it. He likes order and rules, so if things aren't tidy, he will notice and even criticize, sometimes sharply or with frustration. You might find yourself doing most of the chores and hearing about it if they aren't perfect.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is much more likely to help by supervising rather than actually getting his hands dirty with chores or diapers. He'll tell you how things should be done, maybe watch over you, and point out mistakes if they happen. He prefers being in control or organizing work rather than sharing it equally.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He mostly argues to prove he's right instead of trying to understand your side. When there's a disagreement, he's quick to jump in with strong opinions, often ignoring your feelings or reasons. He may talk over you or insist that his way is best, even if you explain your view calmly.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he is likely to say hurtful things or act aggressive. His temper can flare up fast, and instead of staying calm or gentle, he may raise his voice, make sharp or mean comments, and try to win the argument no matter what. Respect in his words and actions is often lost when emotions run high.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. Small things can trigger him, and he's not afraid to show his frustration loudly or with mean words. You deserve kindness and peace in your relationship.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He rarely says sorry or takes responsibility when things go wrong. Instead, he's more likely to blame you or others, pointing out what he thinks you did wrong, rather than admitting his own mistakes. You may hear excuses, harsh words, or see him argue until you give up, even if the fault was his.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may struggle to fully respect your boundaries, especially if they go against what he wants or believes is right. If you say no, he might argue or push back rather than simply accept your decision. It's very important in any relationship that your boundaries are safe and respected.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, this is the kind of man who tends to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding your feelings or giving you space, he may react with frustration, sharp comments, or even guilt tripping you. This can make you feel pressured or anxious about saying how you really feel.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Sadly, you may not be able to fully trust him to handle private moments with care. If you argue or things don't go his way, he might use personal details from your relationship to make sharp remarks or put you down. This kind of behavior can hurt your confidence and make you feel unsafe.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is generally focused and disciplined, which means he is not easily distracted by other women. When he makes a commitment, he is serious about keeping it and doesn't waste time chasing outside attention. His life is planned and organized, so he doesn't let temptations pull him away from what he believes is important.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He can be controlling, but not always overly jealous or suspicious. His main focus is making sure things go his way and staying in charge, which might feel like he's watching over you or setting strict rules. If you do something outside his plans or question his authority, He could react strongly, get upset, or try to push you back in line.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, his protective nature is really more about being controlling than caring. When he says he wants to keep you safe or make decisions for your good, it's often because he wants to set rules and have everything behave as he thinks it should. Real protection should feel comforting, not restrictive.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He is likely to expect you to do most of the parenting work rather than seeing it as a team effort. He wants things done in a certain way, usually his way, and will set rules and give firm instructions. However, when it comes to the daily care, playtime, or emotional support, he'll leave it mostly to you.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper rather than stay calm. Small mistakes or emotional moments can make him angry or impatient, and he may raise his voice, give sharp scoldings, or even make hurtful remarks. Think seriously about whether this matches the kind of parenting and home environment you want for your kids.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He may not fully support your role as both a mother and your own person. While he expects you to handle most parenting and household tasks, he is less likely to encourage your personal dreams, self care, or time for yourself. Your needs and wishes might be brushed aside, leaving you feeling undervalued or restricted.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might support your career at first, but could later pressure you to quit or focus only on family after you have a child. He values routines and order and often expects roles to be filled a certain way, usually his way. His support for your career often comes with hidden limits, changing as life changes.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to treat your parents with politeness but not with real warmth. You'll notice him being formal, using respectful words and gestures but not truly engaging or building a close, caring relationship with them. If problems come up, he might handle them bluntly or strictly rather than with understanding. He will most likely expect your family to change for him rather than try to adjust himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is likely to make things worse rather than handle it calmly. He reacts strongly when things don't go as planned and gets angry or frustrated easily, sometimes using harsh words or firm actions. You could end up feeling caught between him and your family, trying to manage his temper and everyone's feelings.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, this is the kind of man who may seem modern and open minded with you privately, but expect you to be a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He values order and reputation, so when family or elders are around, he's likely to ask you to follow customs, dress modestly, and behave in ways that please everyone. This double standard can become tiring and feel unfair over time.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension with his relatives, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with them instead of supporting you. He doesn't want to upset family order or traditions and prefers things to run smoothly the way he sees fit. In tough moments, you might feel alone while he either watches from a distance or gently favors his family's wishes.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is very likely to be a mummy's boy, meaning he puts his mother's wishes first whenever there's a conflict between you and her. His sense of respect and routine often matches his family's expectations, so he will usually side with his mother rather than stand up for you. Take this seriously. Being second place in your own home can be painful over time.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. When problems come up, he may talk about them openly with his family and even seek their advice or approval instead of working things out just between you two. For your relationship, this makes things harder.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So that's the story. This guy scores a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short of the standard we would want. Being in a relationship with this man means a life filled with routines, rules, and expectations you're expected to follow every day. He's hardworking and keeps things organized, but he can be strict, controlling, and quick to get angry if something doesn't go his way.